Hi, this is Ed Sobey with Kids Invent. We're in the Renewable Design Lab, and this is the third week. Now, the first 2 weeks, we took motors and drove them backwards to generate electricity. The second week, we created wind turbines. Now we combine those two things to make a wind turbine that will generate electricity. We provide gear pulleys, that's this black piece here, nice flat surface that allows students to hot glue that onto their wind turbine. Now when the wind turbine spins in the wind, they will generate electricity. What we want to do first off is get these wind turbines generating as much electricity as possible. Students typically, when they build wind turbines, will make them very big and very funky. They might, for example, build them so they extend beyond the fan. Now, if they do that, what's happening is as the fan spins, it's having to give up some of its energy to move air out here. So the wind turbine should not be bigger than the fan itself. The wind turbine should be spinning very quickly. And when they attach the motor and they measure the voltage with the voltmeter, they should get more than 1 volt. If they're getting a fraction of a volt, they need to change their design. This is the toughest part, improving the design of their turbines so they generate 1 volt or hopefully even more. That's why we want you to have the largest fan possible. So they will work on that for a long time. Encourage teams that are having trouble to look at successful teams' models. Share information. And you might also make sure that the blades are twisted and that the volume, the area of the blade is pretty small. When you look at the commercial wind farms, you don't see huge blades, not big fat blades. You see long, skinny blades with a twist in them, and that's what's going to work best for the students as well. When they have a wind turbine that's generating more than 1 volt, then they can store that energy in a supercapacitor. We have a primer on supercapacitor that's in your notes. I suggest you take a look at it. But the important points are, first, that the supercapacitor is not a battery. It does not store energy chemically. It just stores electrons in the layers of the foil that's inside. There's a long leg and a short leg. The long leg will be on the positive side, short leg will be on the negative side. If those two legs touch, like if they were to touch this metal cabinet, this would instantly discharge back to 0 volts. As they're collecting the energy, they need to make sure that they connect the long positive leg to the positive output of the motor. How will they know that? Using the meter. If the voltage they read is positive, then the red wire on the meter is touching the positive leg of the motor, and they connect the long leg of the capacitor to that. While the capacitor is charging, they can monitor that with the meter. And as time goes on, they'll see the voltage stored in the meter rise. It will take a few minutes, and they should record the voltage every minute they do this, so they become aware of the time that it takes to charge the supercapacitor. Once they have a supercapacitor charged, then we'll be ready to use this as the energy source for a car, and that's what we'll do next week. Thanks very much.